We build our projects on concrete and steel. That's a given. But what do we build our careers on? Our companies? That all comes down to people. So today, we're diving into that foundation, the one that's so often overlooked, the human connection. So let's just get right into it. How many times have you heard this or something like it on a job site? It's pretty much the default setting for our industry, right? It's transactional, it's high pressure, and it's focused entirely on the members. But here's the thing. Treating a project like a simple equation just ignores the most critical and the most complex variable of all, the actual people doing the work. And this is where that disconnect really becomes obvious. And if you ask any professional on site, doesn't matter if they're an apprentice or a senior PM, you'll hear the same thing. The bulk of their day, more than half of it, isn't spent on technical stuff. It's spent navigating human dynamics. It's not some kind of soft skill on the side. For a leader, it is the job. And that reality, well, it exposes a massive gap in our industry's blueprint. There's a fundamental mismatch between what the job demands every single day and the training we actually get to meet those demands. This slide just lays it out so perfectly. Look, we invest years, sometimes decades, in formal training for our technical skills. We've got degrees, certifications, apprenticeships, the whole structure's there. But for the people skills, the very thing that shapes the project culture and drives the day-to-day work, we're pretty much left on our own. It's treated like an afterthought, not a core competency. So that leads to the big question, doesn't it? If people are truly our most valuable asset, why do we just leave their management to chance? Now, this isn't an individual failing. It's a systemic blind spot in how our industry thinks about leadership. And fixing it isn't just about solving a problem, it's about unlocking a huge opportunity for growth. So the solution starts with intentionally building that human foundation. It all rests on three core pillars. These are the fundamental components of connection that can totally reshape how we operate. Let's walk through each one. First up, mutual respect. And the key word here, you guessed it, is mutual. It has to be a two-way street. It's that baseline acknowledgement that every single person on site, from the laborer sweeping the floor to the architect, has inherent value and brings critical experience to the table. Without this, you can pretty much forget about productive communication. Okay, so building on that respect, we have our second pillar, trust. If respect is the starting line, then trust is the engine that moves everything forward. It's the confidence that your team is going to act with integrity, that they're going to be competent. This is what creates psychological safety, and that empowers people to flag issues early and solve problems creatively. Without trust, efficiency just plummets and risk skyrockets. And the final pillar is care. And let's be really clear here. This isn't about being nice as some kind of tactic. This is about making a genuine, authentic investment in the professional success and personal well-being of your team. When people know you're truly invested in them, you build a kind of loyalty and shared purpose that has a direct impact on talent retention. So what's the tangible result when you actually build your leadership style around these pillars? Well, the effect is a total transformation of your workflow. You move from a state of being fragmented to one of being truly integrated. Here's the before state, and I bet it looks all too common. The office and the field are operating like they're in separate worlds, and the result? It's friction, it's rework, it's chronic inefficiency. It's that classic us versus them culture that just bleeds energy, time, and of course, money from the project. But when you intentionally lead with respect, trust, and care, those silos start to crumble. These principles become the connective tissue that aligns everyone towards a shared goal. All of a sudden, communication becomes fluid, work flows smoother, and your career starts to be defined by collaboration and efficiency, not by conflict. Now, let's zoom out from the individual and look at the whole industry, because this isn't just about your personal effectiveness. This framework, when we adopt it at scale, has the power to fundamentally improve our industry's entire culture and performance. And here's the crucial takeaway. These so-called soft skills deliver incredibly hard results. When we build a culture that actually prioritizes people, we see a direct, measurable impact on productivity and profitability. We create an environment that improves talent retention and makes construction a career people actually want to build. This is the path to a more sustainable and a more successful industry. So, the human foundation is laid. The key is to see these skills not as some optional add-on, but as the mastercraft itself. Like the dovetail joint that creates a connection that's stronger than the individual pieces. With this foundation secure, the real question becomes, what can we now build on top of it?